yeah, coming to vocal recording and being a drummer, it's very important to understand what is lies on the other side of the fence, rather than just being a singer. And in my days, all this equipment and microphones and drum kits and guitars and all were really not easily available. But today you have access to loads of stuff. And to tell you how you can record in your home at a good, decent, I would not say professional audio quality, but at a very decent audio quality for just three and a half thousand rupees. Okay, so it's that cheap to even to try out. One second, there's somebody entering. Yeah, so in three and a half thousand rupees, you can get a good vocal sound sitting in your house. And I'm going to show you how, and take you through a small presentation which I have put up for you guys. Okay, now coming to microphones, there are a couple of different microphones. I'll just share my screen. Honey, can you just give me permission to share the screen?
Done, done.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so there are two different type. There are a couple of different types of microphones, but just to keep it really in focus for this session, right now I am using the microphone that you see with me is called the dynamic microphone. Dynamic microphone is basically it'll take audio only from the center. If I go behind, you can hear that the audio is gone low. Can you hear that the audio is going low? Okay, so the audio will go low when I go behind, but when I speak into it, you'll get a good sound, and that's how the dynamic mic works. The second mic which we have is the condenser. You can see the condenser mic. Can you guys see the condenser mic? No, you guys can't. In the video you cannot see the
The
condenser mic.
blue colored condenser mic that you have, right?
Yes, this which I'm holding here, you guys can
Right.
see it. I have two videos on, so check the one which says Nigel's Academy as well. Okay, so this is a condenser. So the way a dynamic works is totally different from a condenser. Okay, a dynamic does not require phantom power in order for it to work. Okay, when I say phantom power, it means a slight electrical voltage. Okay, in we call that voltage 48 volts. Okay, so if you see, okay, this is a condenser. Now these condenser mics are very cheap. They cost around 800 to 900 rupees only. Okay, so you require one of a condenser or a dynamic mic, but the applications are different. A dynamic mic is more for a open air stadium. If there is a singer singing, you want to capture only the audio from front. But a condenser mic is more used in a studio setting where you have a little bit of quietness, you have a little bit of soundproofing or sound dampening material. So in that case you can use a condenser. But yeah, even at home, if you don't have dampening and stuff, you can still use a condenser, but the other aspects around has to be quiet, because a condenser mic is really sensitive. Okay, it picks up any sound. Even if I can you hear that? Even if I snap behind the mic of, or right now I'm talking in the condenser mic, can you make out the difference? Can you make out the
Yeah.
difference? This is the dynamic and this is
Yes,
the
this is the
condenser.
condenser.
Which is clearer? Can anyone
The
tell me which
condenser
is
one.
which one is clearer?
The condenser.
The condenser, right? Because the condenser is phantom powered, okay, with 48 volts of electric voltage. And I'll explain what is 48 volts and how does the condenser work. Okay, so there are two different cables which are used for a condenser. One is XLR cable and one is a phono cable. So I'll just get into that. Okay, so this is the mic, and I'll show you the condenser. You can see the cost of the condenser. This is on Amazon. this is the cost of the condenser. Not only the condenser, you get a small microphone table stand, and you get the microphone caddy, and plus you get the pop filter along with it. Okay, but this is a really cheap Chinese condenser mic. Okay, the BM800 is a Chinese condenser mic, but yeah, it does the job well. If you want to start off recording vocals, it's an amazing mic to start off. Okay, until and unless you get into like a professional singing, and you really want your vocals to sound really out there and stuff, then those mics, obviously the price will increase depending on the quality. So you get microphones costing as low as this 800, going right up to 4.5 lakhs for a mic. Okay, and most of your Bollywood guys and all, they record on those microphones which cost like a lakh and a half, 2 lakhs, or 4 lakhs. But then those are really professional audio studios. Okay, so you need a microphone, and the second thing you require to record is you require audio interface. Okay, I'll just show you. So this is the microphone which you can pick up, and all these links will be there on the YouTube channel. When I upload the video, it will be there in the description. So with the links, so you can either click on the links and go to the Amazon site and purchase it from there. But again, don't take my word for it, because again, these are Chinese products, they might fail anytime. So but this particular mic I've been using almost for a year now. It's the same Chinese mic that I showed you on the screen, so I haven't had any problems, so you can go and check it out. Okay, now the other thing that you require is, I was speaking about 48 volts, right? So this is a audio interface come phantom power unit. Okay, so I'll just show it to you. Yeah, you can see the cost of it. It's 1700, but there are bundles on Amazon where you get the entire package for just 3,500 rupees. Okay, so what this includes is, I'll explain everything what is there. You have 3 connectors, right? You can see you have one small USB connector, then you have a XLR input and a XLR output. So this is the input and this is the output. Okay, you guys understood what you require to record. You require a microphone all for vocals, and you require a unit like this, which I'm showing you on my screen right now, in order to record your vocals. Okay, so what this does is, this sends electricity to your microphone. Okay, which does not happen in your dynamic microphone. All right, so it does not happen in the dynamic microphone, so you have to have a microphone, a power unit, in order to power your condenser microphone. Okay, going back, yeah, audio interface. So these are real cheap audio interfaces. Now you're not able to see the Amazon link what I'm showing you, what I'm opening. You're not able to see it, right? Or
Yeah,
you're
the
not able to
link
see it?
on your Word file, yeah.
Pardon?
Yeah, the links on the Word file are visible.
Not links, the Amazon page which I'm opening.
Okay, I'm actually on your Microsoft Word screen.
Oh, okay. 1 minute, I'll share the yeah, okay. So anyway, I'll put the links. You all can just view the picture from here. And you now this audio interface is a professional audio interface. Now different audio interfaces has the preamps, the quality of the amplification of your voice going into the microphone, going into the unit, and then recording it. Okay, so there's pre-amplification which is required. That's what that small unit does. But yes, you pay for what you get. So if you're using a cheap audio interface, it's not going to sound really world class. But if you're using a good audio interface, it is going to sound good. Okay, but then you have to also have a really good microphone. You cannot have basically uh, a poor quality microphone and a really good audio interface, you will still not get that quality. Both the interfaces, the audio interface and the microphone, has to be high quality or low quality, whatever. And this, what I'm showing you right now, is a professional audio recording interface. I basically have it as 8 microphone inputs because I have different microphones used for my drum kit. I have almost 7 microphones that I'm using. But yeah, there are ones. I'll just show it to you. I'll just share my screen again so that you all can see the Amazon thing. Yeah, so you all can see this. So this is a professional audio interface. So you all can see the screen. You all can see the Amazon screen now.
Yes.
Yes, I
Okay. You all can see the multiple audio interfaces here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the ones which are on your screen currently, they are mid-range audio interfaces. Okay. If you see the cost of them, they are around 5,000, 5,000. These are mid-range. These are the cheap ones. Okay. But it is really good enough to get you started and start experimenting in terms of recording your vocals and stuff like that. Okay. So there are some of you who are asking me, sir, how to record and what mic to purchase and what audio interface and stuff like that. And that's the reason I conducted this workshop, so that you get an idea as to what an audio interface is. Yeah, you can also pair it up with a mixer. Okay, but then this is like getting too technical, and mixer and all will come at a much later stage, understanding how a mixer works and all. But yeah, as you can see, these are some of the good audio interfaces, which is the Focusrite Scarlett. You can really get world-class audio from the Focusrite Scarlett. As you can see, this one is solo with just one mic input. It costs around 11,000. You can really get a good vocal quality with this one, with the Focusrite Scarlett. Okay. It also has a preamp of 48 volts to power your microphone. Okay. So I would suggest that if you want to start recording your vocals at home, you can start either with this one, with the 1400 microphone interfaces, or something like the Focusrite Scarlett. But the Focusrite Scarlett, as I said, the professional audio one, you will have to invest also in a microphone which is in that quality range. Okay. I'll just share with you some other industry standard microphones, so one is, you all can see what I'm typing, right? Can you all see what I'm typing?
Yes.
Yeah. So these are Shure microphones. So you can see the cost also of microphones. They're almost 10 times the cost of a Chinese microphone. But yeah, these are industry standards. You get microphones more expensive than this, but this is industry standards. When I say industry standards, means you can do a live show with this microphone, you can record at home with this microphone. These are industry standard microphones. Okay, a condenser microphone you cannot use in a outdoor setting because there is external noise, and condenser will pick up even the slightest sound, even from your next room. If you're recording and there's somebody watching TV, the condenser mic will pick that up. Okay, but as opposed to the dynamic mic, it will not pick it up as much. Okay, so these are some of the microphones. The other good condenser microphone you can use, okay, is this is another condenser microphone, the Levitt LCT 240 Pro. Can you all see the Levitt LCT 240 Pro?
Yes.
Okay, so that is a real good condenser mic. You'll get really pro audio sound if you pair the Levitt with the Focusrite. Okay, another type of condenser mic that is there is the small diaphragm condenser mic. Okay, so I'll just show you. you can see this, it looks like a pencil. So this is a small diaphragm condenser mic. Okay, it's the, the circumference of the microphone is very small, it's like a pencil. Okay, these are basically my drum microphone which go over the drum kit. If you have seen in concerts and stuff, you know, if you've seen a mic drum kit, they go over the drum kit. But yeah, they also are really good to record guitars, and if you play guitar, or you know, if you play a boombox, djembe and stuff, so these are really good to record those. They are also directional. That means they the sound source they will absorb only from the center and not from around, compared to the condenser microphone. See, if I'm moving also, the sound you are able to pick it up. Okay, so these are pencil condensers. Yes, and I also have a Shure dynamic microphone with me. So this are some of my old microphones which I have. So this is the dynamic microphone. Okay, so you guys, so that was it. So that's all you need. I'll just share my screen again. Yeah, so you require three things. You require a microphone, you require a small audio interface, and you require, yeah, you have cables in case you're not buying a bundle and you're buying it's everything separately. Then you require audio cables. Okay, and you require microphone stand, audio cables. I'll explain audio cables. As I was saying, you require powered cables. If you're using a XLR microphone or a condenser microphone, you have to have a XLR cable. Okay, XLR to XLR is basically an external line return where electricity passes through that cable. I'll just show you again on Amazon. Again, it's all available for really cheap. So this is a XLR cable. If you are buying a condenser microphone, you have to have an XLR cable. Okay, so this is what a XLR cable looks like. Okay, and the other end will obviously go into your audio interface, and from there, depending upon what PC input you have, accordingly you have to buy another cable which is XLR to say 3.5 mm, or 3.5 mm is basically the input which you will have in your PC. So you'll require a cable like this. Okay, XLR to a 3.5 mm cable. Okay, and in case you want to record guitars and stuff like that, then you have to have a phono to phono cable. Or they are also called quarter-inch cables. Okay, you can see this is a phono to phono cable. Okay, this is a phono to phono cable. And if you are using a dynamic microphone or purchasing a dynamic microphone, then you have to have a XLR to phono cable. Okay, or you can have a XLR to XLR also. It depends on the input. Okay, so different audio interfaces have different input, but nowadays most of the audio interfaces come with a dual input. That means you can plug in this kind of a jack, a phono jack, and plus you can plug in the XLR jack. Okay, so that is it. And the other last thing you require is audio recording software. Okay, so an audio recording software, there are three free audio recording softwares. Okay, Protools First. So Protools First is mostly used in each and every high-end studio in Bombay. You can say Protools First is basically a trial version of the original Pro Tools software. Okay, then you have Garageband for Mac, or you have Audacity. Okay, these are the three softwares you require. These are three softwares you require. There are many other softwares, but these are my top 3 picks of softwares that you can use in order to record your vocals. Okay, so yes, anybody has any questions in terms of, you know, I'm sure one or two guys will have some questions as to sir kunsa lene ka, which to purchase, or they'll have some questions for Honey ma'am. No, nobody has any questions. Okay, great. If you all don't have any questions, or if you all think you'll have some questions in terms of, you know, how you want to record, yeah. And after getting these 3, so you have your microphone, you have your interface, and you have your recording software. How to calibrate or how to color your vocals, okay, is also an art. It's called enhancing your vocals. So you take a audio source. It's like basically how you draw you draw something, and then you start adding color, right? So yeah, your voice basically is a skeleton. So there is something called as compression, which is added to the vocals. There's something known as equalization, which is added to vocals. There's something known as equalization, reverb, which is added to compression. How much compression to use, how much EQ to use, how much reverb should be used in the vocals, how it should be enhanced, you know, small room reverbs, big room reverbs, plate reverbs. It's like a whole encyclopedia on how to get a good vocal sound. So if you're interested, I'll be doing a 4-hour crash course split up into 1 hour each, for recording and engineering your vocals. If you all have seen, I think anybody was there in the studio video that we did, the recording. Anybody from this batch? I think Shweta is Shweta there?
Yes, I'm here.
Shweta was there for recording vocals, yeah, for the video diamonds. Has everybody seen the video diamonds on our YouTube channel? Okay, you can hear the quality of that vocals, you know, on a good pair of earphones. Okay, when I say good pair of earphones, so this is a Chinese earphone again. Okay, this costs around 2,100 on Amazon. It's got a 50 driver. 50 driver is a very big driver. So you're able to hear all frequencies, including the bass frequencies, really clearly. Okay, and the ones what I am wearing are professional in-ear monitorings, which you don't require. These are basically for stage and stuff. They block all the other outside sound, and you are able to hear only the music, or you know, whoever's chatting, or you know, only the music of all the band members and stuff in the earphones. It blocks out any other sound. So I would suggest that if you can pick up a earphone, because when you're singing, you also need to hear what you're singing, which is really important. Okay, because when you sing, you will understand, okay, whether you're pitching right or you're not pitching right. Okay, so a good pair of earphones is required to understand that as well. So if you have those the cheap ones, those will really not work in terms of if you're trying to really get a good sound and, you know, understand how your vocals is. And also when you're coloring it in the studio and enhancing little EQ, you're putting compression or you're putting little reverb to it. So a good vocal headphone is a must. Okay, sorry, coming back to the video what we did with Shweta, those microphones that were used in the studio were all professional grade microphones. That microphone what we used for main voices, that means for the single solo singing, was recorded on a Manley microphone. That microphone costs around 4.5 lakhs. Okay, you can check it out. You can just type Manley microphone. So good audio quality, good studio, and you can compare those videos with people who have sent us home videos. Okay, though the audio quality in that and the quality in the home videos, that audio quality is here, and the home video quality will be somewhere here, okay, at the bottom. So yeah, so it depends on how you want to take your quality. You have to start off small and then keep building the audio quality or your your microphone quality slow and steady. Okay, so anything else you want? So I've given you all an insight to how to record. I know it was I think some people are yawning, some people are scratching their face like, sir kabhi khatam karega, no? But yeah, for those who are really keyed in and dialed in and want to know, that was about it. Shoot, any questions, anything you guys want to ask? Yeah, Lara, you can all those who want to understand on how to equalize and crash course and understand how to record and enhance your vocals with softwares and equalization, compression, etc. You all can DM me. You all have my number. You can personally DM me, and we'll take it from there. Okay. Because I think Lara already has a setup. She already has a condenser USB microphone. She's got some recording software also going for her, so you can go for it. So you can DM me later. We'll have a chat up and then we can do the course. Okay, the course will be a one-on-one course. So if anybody else also is interested, it will be a one-on-one. It is not going to be in a group, because I want to be totally sure that you guys are understanding what I'm explaining in that course. All right. Coolio, yes. Anybody else? Everybody is looking bored. The pandemic is making you all bored, staying at home. Yes, Mika has got a question.
Sir, if you want to record guitar and vocals together at home, so which mic would you prefer?
Yeah, so
a
if
dynamic
you
or condenser?
so for guitar you would require a dynamic mic or either a condenser mic, and you will have to record them separately. Okay, if you see my drum kit, I have 7 mics for each instrument. So I have 1 minute, let me show you. You can see there is one mic here. You can see the mic there. This is for the floor tom. Okay, this is for my snare drum. Then I have another microphone there. You can see that is the overhead pencil mic. Okay, this is basically a proper professional studio setup what I have made in my house. I'm lucky because my wife allowed me to get my whole band baja from the academy and do it. So I'm recording each and everything separately. Even so, I have a tom mic here. You can see this separate mic for the tom here also. So in the studio also, when you go to the studio also, so everything gets recorded separately, and then everything is blended in together. So drums gets recorded separately, guitars get recorded separately, vocals get recorded separately. Okay, everything gets recorded separately. I'll just show you. I don't know whether I can show you if you have some time. What I mean by separately is, I'll just show you. I'm just opening my audio production software, excuse me, so that I can show you all how it's done mostly professionally, like all your Bollywood songs or any international artists that record. Obviously they go into multi-billion-dollar setups and record their songs, and that's why it sounds so appealing and stuff. So yeah, but you don't really require a multi-billion-dollar setup. You can do it in 3,500 rupees start off, and then probably we are hoping that someday you become a multi-billion-dollar singer and not forget us. Okay, I'm just opening it so that I can show you all quickly as to how it's recorded. if you'll have seen my I've recently posted a review on these microphones, SE Electronics, on my YouTube channel. So if you have seen that, then you will. This is how I have done it in my studio. I've recorded each and every drum part separately. I mean, all together, but on separate channels. I'll just show you. Okay, I'll just share my screen. You all can see this. You all can see on my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is my audio production software, which is connected again to my 8-channel audio interface. Okay, so where each and every track, that is the kick drum is the bass drum. You can hear it, right? So that is, I'm playing with my foot. So that is recorded on a separate track. So I don't know whether I can share this audio. Let me see, and probably you all can hear it. You can hear it? You cannot hear that, right? Yeah,
We'll have
because
to have it completely loud when
Pardon?
the screen share again and click on share computer sound. Maybe then.
yeah, I have done that. I have shared computer sound.
Okay.
Well, can't hear it. That is because the audio interface is using Zoom and the audio from the computer, and I have not configured it differently. So I'll have to configure my outputs again in order for you all to hear both the sounds together. So anyway, this will give you a channel. So you can see here, I've recorded the snare drum separately. So the snare drum is the tuck, 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 what you hear. Then tom 3, tom 4, tom 1, overheads is the microphones which I put on top. They are all on separate channels, and then the sound engineer's job, okay, is to take all this. Everybody's mummy cooks, right? So you put a little haldi, you put a little pepper, you put a little salt, then the food becomes tasty, right? So all the all the Bollywood songs and stuff what you hear are all mixed. It is not just is that the singer is singing and arey kitna acha awaaz hai. It is taken to a studio and it is colored. Okay, so by coloring I don't mean that you color it, but you cannot change your pitch in the studio. The audio source, that is you, your vocalist, you have to sing well. The coloring will only enhance a little bit of your singing. If you are singing Besura, there's nothing that can be done in the studio. Okay, so yes, it can enhance your voice if you're singing correctly. It'll sound even much more better with all the mirchi masala in the studio. So it'll really sound good. Okay, so that's, I think Lara has been doing some videos of hers and putting it up on her Instagram account and stuff like that. But yeah, but I know that she does not really know how to get the best sound out of her vocals in terms of compression and how to manage EQ, equalization and stuff. So if anybody wants to get into that workshop, you can ask me and we can take it from there from WhatsApp. And yes, Mika, to answer your question, you'll require a audio interface with 2 inputs. One will be a microphone input, which will be recording your voice, and the second one will be a second microphone input, which will be recording your guitars simultaneously on the software I just showed you. To answer your question, okay. So your cost basically of your audio interface will go up because you want to record 2 instruments. Okay, A to vocals and B is your guitar. So you'll have to buy a 2-channel mid-range audio interface will cost you around 15,000 a Focusrite. If you want a little lower one, then you can get a Behringer one. Behringers come cheap for around 5k. All right. Yes, any other questions?
So Nikita's mother here, sir.
Yes, ma'am, tell me.
Thank you for this class. You've taught us a lot. I just have a question. So suppose we want to record an audio with a digital piano. So how do you do that?
If you have a digital piano,
Yes, a Yamaha.
okay, yeah, all right. So if you want to record audio, you want to record or you want to hear the audio?
So suppose you want to sing along and play along. So
Yeah, so if you want, see what I'm talking about, ma'am, is studio quality recording at a cheap price. If you want singing and the piano, you can just put one condenser mic and it will pick up both, but you'll not get that great quality. You know what I'm saying? Because the piano will have a output from behind, which will again go into an audio interface, and the microphone also will go into the audio interface, and then both will record simultaneously, and then it is mixed and matched. If you want to do it just for home purposes and stuff, then you just one microphone. Does your piano have speakers?
I'm sure it is in it. Some meaning I don't know, sir. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
when you play the piano, you can hear the sound, right? Your
Yes,
digital
sir, yes.
piano. Yeah,
Yes.
so you can just buy one condenser microphone. Make sure that the microphone is placed somewhere between the piano and the the voice. Because if
Okay.
you put it too close to the voice, you will record more of the voice and less of the piano. You understand what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
If you keep it somewhere in the center, then you will get both of them recording together. If you want to record it in an audio interface, otherwise you can just record it on your phone, play the piano and sing and record on your phone. What I'm talking about is basically getting into a little bit more detail than just recording it on a phone.
Got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So another question: do you so is there an all-in-one kit that we can purchase? Because you've talked about individual items, but that requires a lot of, I think, for understanding to buy each one separately. So what about kits? Like, are there kits available?
Yeah, there are kits. So I'll just show you. There are kits on Amazon. 1 minute. So if you can see the kits, yeah, these are little expensive kits, but yeah, you get the audio interface, and like these ones are cheap. The Behringer ones, these are cheap, or the M Audio. You get bundles for less than 3,000 on Amazon, but you will have to search for it.
Understood, sir. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, you'll
I'll
get
get in
bundles.
touch with you when we are buying something. So I will take your advice personally. Thank you.
Yeah, you can take my advice personally. You can start off with a really cheap kit, which is three and a half thousand. That day I am saying 3,500 because day for yesterday when I was preparing for the session, I seen something which was costing 3,500. I was like, wow, you know. So but that is one microphone. Again, that is one microphone input only. If you see these ones here, they are two microphone inputs. That means you can record two instruments at a time. So if you want to record vocals with your friends, vocals with your friend, or one friend playing guitar, or you're playing guitar and singing, then you have to have, and you want a studio quality sound, then you have to have two microphones. You can also do it with one, but then you have to understand how to place microphones, how to place the condenser microphone in order to get a good vocal and guitar sound. Because if you keep it too near either, you will get the sound of it both, because you have to balance both of the sound with one microphone. If you record it with two microphones, then you can adjust the sound of both. You can increase the sound of the vocals, reduce the sound of the guitars, or increase both if you have a two channel interface or two channel audio recording. All right,
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
you're welcome. Anyone else?
So I have one more question. I'm sorry, I'm taking your time.
Sure, no problem.
So suppose like we have these classroom sessions with Honey ma'am. So suppose we want to record, multiple children and maybe ma'am together on a Zoom. Because of the lag, I think people hear the song at different time. Is it possible? Like I do see some videos on YouTube where they have people singing together in different places. How does that
Yeah,
happen?
Yeah, that is again, I have not seen the video what you have seen, but mostly people recording together or playing it, they have a real professional setup in terms of audio equipment, and then they broadcast it through that. Like they have a professional audio mixer, they have a interface, they have microphones, and through that the audio quality gets enhanced on Zoom, if you got what I'm saying.
Understood. So I'll share some links with you. Maybe you can.
Sure,
can
sure,
have-
sure,
Thank
sure.
you.
All right. Anybody else? Okay, so I hope this session was really good, and thank you, Honey ma'am, for taking the session time out, and thank you everyone for who joined the session. It was the first session we did with at the academy, and I hope you guys liked it. And we'll obviously put this entire session up on YouTube, so you can go back and forth there and check it out. All right.
Thanks, Nigel. This was really helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks a lot, Nigel.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. So bye guys, good night, and have a great weekend. Bye.
Bye everyone.
Bye, sir. Thank
Bye.
you so much.
You're
Bye,
welcome.
thanks.
Bye bye.